homemade phyllo dough. You need very few ingredients to make it. We're going to need about 2 cups of flour, some salt, some olive oil, and about a cup of water. We start by pouring in our flour. We add our salt. That's about a teaspoon, maybe a little bit over a teaspoon. We add our oil. That's about a 1/4 cup. We take a fork and we work the oil in with the flour and the salt. We get that all mixed up really well. You don't have to overwork it. This is a very easy dough to make. There's almost no chance of ruining it, and it's really quite tasty. Once that's done, this is just mixed in there a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to add some of our water, a little bit at a time, and incorporate that into the flour. Add a little bit more. Keep scraping the flour in from the sides towards the center. And just a touch more. That looks about right. Now, once you see that you have most of the flour and the water incorporated, you're going to want to knead it a little bit. Press down with the fork. We might want to add just a touch more water. We still have a little bit of flour here on the side. It usually takes about the full cup. At this point, you just start taking it. There's a little bit of flour left here on the side. You work that into it. And you keep folding it over, almost as if you were kneading dough. There's no yeast, there's no leavening agent, there's no anything. Like I said, this is just a simple phyllo dough recipe. You can roll it out thick to use for savory tarts, or you can roll it out thin, like the commercial brand that you buy at the supermarket. This isn't non-processed, you're doing it all yourself, so it actually comes out really, really nice. Okay. Once it's all mixed up, scrape everything from the side. And you have your dough. You can see you roll it into a ball there. You pop that into the center. And you cover it with a lid. You don't have to put this in the fridge. It's olive oil based, so it doesn't need to be chilled. You just want to let it sit for a little while. We're going to roll out our dough. I'm going to do it on wax paper. Keeps my counter clean and keeps my dough free of picking up any cleansing residue that might be left on the counter after washing or anything like that. Just a habit I like to keep. I'm going to secure my wax paper with a little bit of dough on the ends. makes cleanup much easier too this way. And take a little flour. Flour on my surface. Make sure it's floured very well. I'm going to take my dough, which should have a nice consistency now after setting, and I'm going to cut it in half. Add a little bit more flour. And roll that right out. It rolls out very easily. Keep bringing that flour, keep your surface well floured. Keep bringing it in from the edges. Knowing how to make your own phyllo dough is actually a nice thing. It's a very simple dough. It's almost impossible to ruin. And you can do a million and one things with it. Like I said, you can roll it out thickly for savory pies. You can roll it out thinly and use it in desserts. That's just about right. I also want to make sure that it's not super thick at the edges. That's about perfect.